Hello everybody, live market rundown for Tuesday the 5th of September. First of all, before I get into the rundown and the actual charts, I just want to say that I want you guys to really keep an eye on the time in terms of getting your questions in before I start recording, as I am doing right now, the live market rundown for the London session. And also, if you have a question, I would really appreciate it to be as specific and as clear as possible, because I can't really, what do you look for or something? You know what I mean? Like, I look for so many things. So I trust you guys have taken the time to actually understand the things I'm looking for. And if you have any specific questions about those things, I would obviously be very happy to answer those questions. So yeah, just wanted to say that try to be as specific as possible. Attach a screenshot if you can. Get them in as early as possible. That would really make it a lot more clear. But I did get a question about confirmation, so I will go over that before we head into the market. Understand this, because this is the full strategy basically, so it's going to be very valuable. So we have structure, which is higher highs, higher lows in an uptrending example. Let's say we make a higher high. Now, what confirms structure? Price flow. You want impulses with the structure and corrections against the structure. So it will correct into an area of interest. Now, an area of interest is only an area of interest. It's not an area of throw on the lots, enter. It's an area of interest. It's not an area of entry. So what confirms an area of interest? That is liquidity. As I have discussed last time, they draw equal lows in terms of an uptrending example. I'm just talking longs to avoid confusion. Then they take out the stops, and that's when you get the reaction. When you get equal lows taken out in an area of interest followed by a reaction that leaves behind imbalance, that's when you jump into the market. And then we do it like that. So the retail crowd would be buying over here would buying on this third test of support, stops beneath it, and there we go. But that is obviously not how we do it. We wait for this to happen, and then we put the order on the imbalance, stops below. So then we're riding the wave of the big players, as you know how we do it. So let's get into the charts and actually look at some real examples going on right now. There are a lot of things that are about to break structure in line with the higher time frame trend, which is always a very, very nice thing to happen. So you can see here on the daily, we are making a higher low. That would be confirmed by a 4-hour break of structure. As I noted here, buys unbroken. Euro AUD. USD CAD, very similar stuff. A very shallow daily correction, but once this is broken, just know we'll be buying on the 4-hour, the 1-hour, and the 15-minute until we reach the daily fib extension level. GBP AUD, yet again, very, very similar. 4-hour has already been broken, so now I'm waiting for the correction down into the area of interest, wait for the liquidity, and that's when we go. Speaking of liquidity, boom. Just know, sniper vision always on. Then, daily, about to make a new lower high by breaking this and breaking the 4-hour break of structure as well. Australian dollar, US dollar. Euro USD, exactly the same thing. See, exactly the same thing. US dollar, second pair. NZD USD, yet again, US dollar, second currency of the pair. So when this starts going, we'll be selling like crazy on Australian dollar, US dollar, and NZD USD. Now, the actual entries that are ready to go right this moment. The daily has started to move into the daily fib extension you can see over here. The 4-hour has also started its move, so therefore we go into the 1-hour. On the 1-hour you can see we broke structure with a huge impulse. Now it has been slowing down. As you can see, this was going a lot quicker than it is going right now. So I'm expecting this to break structure on the 15-minute, come down, and that is when we will buy. Obviously when liquidity and all these things have happened. GBP CAD. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let's go top down. GBP CAD. And the daily is bullish, but the 4-hour is bearishly. So that means that the daily is correcting. Look at this. The 4-hour has made a daily engulfing close, which shows we are actually in an impulsive move on the 4-hour on our way to the fib extension. So on the 4-hour, we zoom in and we see that the 1-hour has broken structure. Now we are going up, and I'm waiting for this 1-hour lower high to form. Now the news made a little bit confusing with this crazy move in there, but I think we can, well, never disregard anything, but it's quite clear that this is just out of the ordinary stuff, because other than that, it will be beautiful for the 1-hour setup to see. We just have to wait 2.5 hours still before the 4-hour closes. But if the 4-hour closes on an engulfing and also breaks 15-minute structure, we know we are moving on the 1-hour into a 1-hour fib extension level, which would be around right there. So that would be great happening right now. Just 2.5 hours for the confirmation of the 4-hour close. The reason I'm looking at the 4-hour is because this is a little bit large, as I discussed yesterday, because this happened in 2 big legs. I'm just giving it a little bit more room to really show the confirmation. GBP USD, very nice yet again. The daily is bearish going into the daily fib extension. The 4-hour has also started its move. Actually, you can see that on the daily. Look at this bearish variation. Lots of imbalance left behind. Also, this still left behind, as you can see here. So we zoom into the 4-hour, and that is when we see, yeah, that was actually a 4-hour setup, but we still have this imbalance left behind. So I'm actually expecting this on the 1-hour to come up and take this, and that's when we'll be selling. If this doesn't happen and the 1-hour closes below, no worries, because then we'll go into the 15-minute and take sells, because the 15-minute is obviously bearish as well, and we have all this room until this left. So as you can see on the 15-minute, we have a ton of room left still. So quite an interesting watch list. The most interesting pairs, as I have discussed already, are USD JPY, GBP CAD, and GBP USD. I hope you found this interesting. I will keep you guys updated, and best of luck in the markets.